Good morning. It is a cold and cloudy day here in North Carolina. And today I'm hopefully going to be able to take some pictures of spring flowers. So come along and enjoy this adventure. Well, like most things that are in wildlife photography, not everything happens at the same time. Now, all flowers don't bloom in the springtime, and even the ones that do bloom in the springtime, they don't bloom at the same time. You have some that bloom even when there's snow on the ground, and you have some that bloom in the middle of summer or even in the fall. So, as a wildlife photographer, you have to be willing to be pretty flexible with photographing flowers. And not only that, some flowers are very high in the trees, while other ones are almost on ground level. So you have to be pretty flexible how you photograph them and how you get these images and capture the beauty of these flowers. So what I'm going to do today is walk around and hopefully find some flowers that are actually blooming right now. Right there is some dogwood blooms. I've seen several trees today of dogwoods, and all the blooms seem to be very high in the tree this year. It can be very frustrating. When I think of spring flowers, dogwoods are the flowers I think of. And I was really hoping I'd be able to photograph some dogwoods. I've actually been going to different dogwood trees I know that are in the forest here, and all the blooms are really high in the tree. There are none that are at eye level or anything like that, and it's very, very frustrating. But I'm going to keep going, see what I can find, because I really feel like I'm going to run into something that I can take a good picture of. So it is a cold and bleak day out here today. It's very damp here in North Carolina, and it just kind of like makes you feel cold and chilly out here. And that's what I want to capture in this photography here. So I got these images behind me, these white flowers behind me. It's got these giant thorns on it. It's a very interesting photograph in the sense that the flowers look kind of like they've already passed. They're kind of like limped a little bit, and that's what I'm trying to capture a little bit here. To get this image here, I have to shoot at an ISO of 3200 at f6.3, and that's giving me a shutter speed about 1/125th of a second. And I also have this wind coming through here, so I'm really having some tough images here. I am using my 150 to 600, shooting at 600 millimeters to get this image here. But I'm really kind of trying to get this really flat image to show the bleakness of it. It might even be a black and white image. I'm not really sure. I'm really kind of feeling like that archy-farchy kind of stuff that I've been doing. So that's really kind of coming out here. But if this image is any good, here it is. So the second flower I found is this black hall flower. This is a native plant here to North Carolina, key food source for migrating birds. Hummingbirds seeks out this flower this time of year. They are migrating right now, so this is a key food source for them. But the other issue that we run into is that the fruit on this is an important food source for other birds in the fall. This is also a key plant for native insects. It's an important plant. I mean, I can't say that much. It's an understructure plant. This one here is about 25 feet high, but normally they are much lower to the ground. And the reason why I'm really excited about that is this plant has branches that are coming all the way down to the ground, and I can actually take a photograph on top of the flower, looking down on the flower. The problems I'm going to run into though is that the background's going to be incredibly dark. I'm shooting down into the ground, so I'm going to have to I might even have to blur out the background a little bit more, but I'm hoping that dark color brings out the white or these off-white colors or the yellow color of these petals here and really make it pop out. This is a really artsy-fartsy kind of image. It's not the kind of image somebody would want in their house because it'd be so dark. But I'm really enjoying taking this picture here because it really kind of gets me going. Now, some of the issues I'm running into is the same issues I had with the other plant. I have wind blowing through here, it's moving everything. So I have to kind of shoot at a faster shutter speed. I am shooting at, I did change my lenses. I did take off my 150 to 600 to put on this 24 to 105 here. I am shooting it at 105 as the focal length. I am shooting at ISO 640. I am shooting at f8, and that's giving me a shutter speed about 1/200th of a second, depending on where the sun is. With the wind blowing through and everything like that, I am taking a lot of pictures because I'm not really sure. I'm not going to get some where the image is moving around and stuff like that. So I am taking some risks here. I am in a very exposed area here because the wind is, there's nothing to stop the wind right now. There are no leaves on the trees, so the wind is just blowing through here and moving everything. So that's the reason why I need to shoot at a little bit faster shutter speed. But I'm really hoping this picture comes out, and if it's any good, here it is. I almost missed this plant here. I was walking along the brook here and I was about to push this branch out of my way when I realized it's covered in these like olive white kind of greenish color flowers. They're incredibly beautiful flowers here. They are dramatic in the sense that they're small, and the color of the leaves, which are these kind of odd olive green kind of color. It's really interesting. The colors are really interesting on this plant here. I'm having some trouble identifying. I really need to learn more about trees, but I'm having a tough time identifying this tree. The apps that I use can't identify, or they don't agree on what it is. So, but it's really a dramatic color, and I think with the background and everything like this is going to be a much lighter color than our lighter image color than the last image I took, because I'm going to be shooting into the forest here, so the forest is going to be a much lighter color, and with that lighter green color in the leaves and the flowers, I think it's going to be a very dramatic image. And the fact that these branches that are shooting right through the image here will be something unusual. I mean, again, these are mostly artsy-fartsy images. I don't think this will be something that will be very commercially sellable, but I'm kind of excited about these images here, and that's something that I really like about coming out on these adventures here, is that I get really excited when I see these kinds of images. So anyways, if these images are any good, here they are. Well, I'm trying to do things outside of my comfort zone, and I think today photographing flowers really was outside of my comfort zone. It never went as well as I hope it would, but I'm glad I came out. I really had a good time, and I hope you got something out of this. And if you got anything out of it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel because it really helps us in YouTube world. Become a Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Sean Leahy, and thank you for watching.